Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new format here today called Saturday Sessions. My name is Jaime Staples. I'm by Jordan Drummond, BBZ. Jordan, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing real well, man. How are you?
Doing okay, man. I mean, Saturday night, it's summer, it's nice outside. We got a little poker to play. I mean, there's no complaints. How could you, right? Looking forward to the session.
Too.
So the plan today is we've got, I actually tweeted out a photo of the tournaments we're playing today, chat, but we've got a 109 Bounty Hunter, we've got a 55 Deep Stack, 55 Bounty, 215 Bounty. Basically for the next 3.5 hours or so, we're going to be registering $55 to $215 tournaments on Partypoker.
I would, if BBZ, so if I was in the same position I'm in now, first of all, I wouldn't. And I decided to, for like whatever reason, just like scrap the whole BBZ thing. I would not do nothing, and I would probably end up going into some kind of like, charity type of space, like something like that. I would look at how to maximize my contribution socially. I think, as opposed to, yes, I mean, like, you know. You're in a good spot. How does Jaime Staples bust me? How do I even get busted by him? Like, how does that even happen? Losing's enough, but like I gotta lose to him. I didn't even, like, you know what I mean? Like, what the heck is that?
75 and bounties.
Same table again.
Year. And also, I think there's an argument around meaningful projects too, right? Which is like, you know, people can't make large companies without significant assets. And if you can never get there, you're depriving the world of progress in some way. Like there's good arguments around that, which makes some sense to me, and I haven't really figured out.
Did you just stop talking because we have a flop? Did you just, is that a tell? Like, am I supposed to pay attention to that?
No, I was thinking, bro.
Like, it was like you held your breath. Like you saw the flop, like, oh my god, I just flop a flush. You know, stop talking. Like, what was that?
Because not thinking about these things is kind of an ignorance is bliss argument, right? Like, don't allow yourself to go there because it's not fun.
No, it's not.
But it is still true.
You can go there. So is the hourly thing, though, right? Like, the hourly thing is also truth, right? And so, like, you know, maintaining some kind of harmony is probably I would imagine would be like the answer, or like I would imagine would be like a livable answer.
You find the bluffs, dude. I have ace queen, and maybe that's just a big mistake. I'm still not very good at rivers. Do you think I should call ace queen diamonds?
Probably. I wish you would have. I had a flush.
Okay, that's good.
So I mean, like, this comes down, guys, to whether or not I believe this person has like a balanced cold 4-bet range, or a component of this is going to fold, and I just don't think so. So good luck, us. Pretty good turn. Oh my god, I got one outed. Oh my god, that's painful. Come on. Come on. That was such a good turn. Such a good turn. Oh my Lanta, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my goodness. Is that real? That just happened? That just happened. Oh, that's real.
I love to see it, dude. I love to see pain. It's just great. When people go through bad poker hands, I enjoy it because they'll be okay. I know you're gonna be fine, bro. You're gonna be fine.
Oh my gosh, man.
Oh, set of nines.
My 3 big blind games, no bueno. I don't know if that's supposed to go in or not. If it is, like, my bad. Sure, but like, I can, and that's fair. Like, I totally agree with that. But there's a bit of a trade-off in that, like, for most people, right? I would assume where that trade-off is something like, I don't think I should fold that. Whatever. I think that trade-off goes something like, before they knew what the pre-flop strategy looked like, they were too tight. Were you not too tight? Were you too loose before?
Oh, I was definitely too tight. I'm still too tight.
Yeah.
That's like my image. It's like, he's tight.
Yeah. So if you're too tight, right? Then, which I think is very common. So like people who kind of know what's going on. Then like the more you know, like the more hands you have to play, right?
True.
The more hands you have to play, like it's just, I don't know. It's hard. It's tougher to play, 25% of your hands than just play 15. It's just facts. So.
That's true. It's a good point.
What a river!
Ace 5. Is it?
Well, you can try to win this one.
Is that a good river?
I said what a river. It's just a meaningful river. I didn't say like is it good or bad. Why would I say that when I'm playing the hand with you? But it's a meaningful one. It matters. I should have called. I had deuces. It feels like I can't come up with like what you're value betting with, but I kind of feel like that if that's the case, like you're gonna try to trick me. But it felt like a bluff, man. Like were you bluffing? You can tell me. Like you can tell me. Were you bluffing? It felt like a bluff. I couldn't come up with a single. You weren't.
I wasn't bluffing. No.
Good.
I had
I was like
10-6 on
I was
hearts.
like, damn it! I can't come up with a single damn hand that makes like tons of sense here, except for some trap. And I was like, so if this is how he's bluffing, it just doesn't make sense to me. So like, I'm gonna give Jaime Staples the benefit of the doubt and not call. I wasn't really about the strength of my hand because I felt like it was kind of binary. I felt like either you had it, like you were trapping me, or I was gonna win. And I was just like, this just doesn't.
Well, it's kind of weird, right? Like I turned third pair with a flush draw, and like I feel like I can just decide to keep betting and then maybe bluff third pair on the river. But it's also probably good to still have some heart draws that can check continue, So I thought like 10-6 just picked up some showdown value against like your straight draw, backdoor flush draws, and even though I block it with the 10. And it's nice to have this hand and bamboozle you like I did on the river, where it's just like, what the heck do you have? Is that coherent, or do you think I've got a gap in thought there?
Well, I mean, like I don't know. It's an interesting spot. Like the ranges are wide, and you might see some like strange behavior. I would have pure checked your hand personally, I think, and then like use it as like probably a check shoving candidate, which seems. Like if basically like you check the hand, in my head, like I check the hand and I win sometimes in check situations, right? And then if it gets bet by my opponent, then I can go down the the flush blocker tree and just rip it.
Right.
And you're taking advantage of your showdown value, where like you could, for example, instead like bluff with like 10-9 with the 9 of hearts, or like 10-9 with 10 of hearts, like the same hand. You could bluff with 10-9 with 10 of hearts, where like that hand can't check. Like that hand would really rather not check, because when it checks, it loses. But like I would have checked your hand and I would have bluffed with something else. But like that doesn't mean I'm right. It's just like that's what I would have done.
No, it makes sense. And my river strategy is not complex enough there to like implement that, So last time we played, I told you I had work to do in that spot, and I still clearly have work to do, because like I didn't really consider like I need to find the check raises here, and this is the right one. So, but yeah,
I'm in last up here, guys. Like I don't really want to go broke with this on the bubble, but this is the chip leader's opening. Hopefully his range is weak enough. It's fine. That's not a good start though. It's a good turn. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Like I basically finished them all. I then three spots at the same time.
Final table high.
Both of us on the same final table. It doesn't get better than that. Live stream,
this
two
is
guys.
big.
Both of them on the same
and
final
ice
table.
as well. Whew. Just waiting for my moment to bluff BBZ chat on his 4 blinds.
Bluff BBZ on his 4 big blind stat. I'm like, what are you talking about, bluff BBZ? First of all,
That's what the people want to hear, man. Okay.
It's really difficult to bluff me, man. It's really difficult. I almost think bluffing me is like just negative EV. Like you try to bluff me, like if you pull it off, congratulations. But pretty sure I'm calling. All right, so this guy jams like his 7 bigs with queens, and I could call with my 4 with and we get there. Come on, yes, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Stick around and have some more final table conversations. Let's go.
Whew.
go. There we go. Yeah, I'm sure the world just loves your guys' narrative. I also think that like if you guys had like some huge final table, like it would almost be like almost like a viral thing, like two brothers. I don't know. It just seems like it'd be super cool. On like some final table that's worth like some something huge. It would have to be huge, but
I have to make final tables for that to happen. That's the thing.
Oh
That's
my
the
God!
key.
Here comes the pity party. Here comes the pity party. Oh, you dirty man! That's brutal. I had the queen blocker too.
Oh, chat. I'm loving it.
Out 136.
GG, man.
136. You wrecked me today. You busted me from a final table and from another tournament. Oh my goodness. Jaime Staples is just crushing me. That's 2 tournaments you busted me from, but you actually managed to bust me from a final table. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Do we have a final table on another tournament as well?
Oh my gosh, we have another one. If you bust me from this and you cover me,
we have another final table.
My goodness. You have another chance to bust me from a final table.
215 bounty, man. 215 bounty. I thought I was dead in that tournament, to be honest. I'm glad I'm still in there.
All right, guys, I've got some pretty incredible news. We have brought all one-off videos on BBZPoker.com down to bundle level pricing. That means $10 a video. So the bundles have been so successful that we decided to rationalize the pricing of all of our video content to the same level as the bundles. So all BBZ Poker videos are now $10. You can get Ape Styles for $10. You can get me. You can get Lucky Fish. You can get Yargo. You can get Finton. You can get Spraggy. All for $10. I'll see you on BBZPoker.com.
No bust out.
Looks like GG in the 215 for me. I
GG,
made a
man.
wide re-steal, but it was I was comfortable with it. I'm in last, so took a shot, got cold called by the big blind, which is an unfortunate consequence when you re-steal on the button. when the player that's not the guy that open calls, you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
that's not good.
This one's a call, I think, chat. We're down to 7 blinds here with ace 4, and by far the shortest stack. So ace is good enough against queen 8. The end of the journey is here. GG.
I've got a question. You mentioned that you've got a like some kind of smartwatch on, right? iWatch, I would assume. I have no idea what it is, but that'd be my guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And have you gotten anything out of it, like unique insights or anything like that? Have you used it in a way that's like added a bunch of value that's beyond like a traditional watch?
Yeah, man. I really enjoyed it because I think what I did when I got it is I turned off all the alerts except for health related stuff, because my intention with it was not to get texts on my wrist, because I mean, I don't like that. I don't like when people can like control my time by sending a ding to my phone, you know? Like I want to look when I want to look.
Yeah.
But I wanted a reminder to do healthy things. So it's been really helpful with that. Like it gives me reminders throughout the day. And then I sort of get consistent feedback when I've been exercising a lot as opposed to not. But the question of what hand should I play, we need more information, right? Because there's all these different aspects in a poker hand that go into what is good and what isn't good. And sometimes a hand like Ace Jack is a really amazing hand. And sometimes it's kind of a pile of garbage. And the factors that are going to determine that is our position at the table. So if we have 8 people behind us, our hand obviously needs to be stronger than if there's only 1 person left, right? Like that might make a kind of whatever hand a pretty great hand. The second thing, especially with tournaments, is stack size, right? If we have $1 million in front of us as opposed to $10 in relation to the money we put in every hand, it's gonna change our decisions.
To anybody that's curious about what pre-flop strategy should look like which hands to play, like if you're curious about it and you like poker and you're trying to get better at poker, every single professional player that I know of uses, you know, in his study time, some kind of like pre-constructed chart strategy that comes from tools and software to get better at the game. And if you have nothing like that, then like you're kind of asking, you know, and like you can get better, but you can try to figure it out by like watching. And for sure, like that's without that product, that's how you do it. Like you just follow Jamie's advice, 100%. But it's way faster, you know, if you just have a charts product, and it's not really close. Like I'm sure Jamie has some kind of charts material that you reference. Yes or no?
True. Yeah. When I'm studying, I definitely consult and see if I'm doing what is sort of optimal or not.
Like pre-flop, correct? With, based on some charts.
Yeah.
You got somewhere, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It makes it easier.
It's like very difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult not to do that. It's like it's, you know, like I'm not gonna say it's ridiculous, but like if you're a pro and you have no pre-flop charts, like that's an insanity. Like, because it just cleans up everything. It's like, what should I 3-bet with? What should I 4-bet with? What should I call a 3-bet with? What should I open with? Like all these questions. There's just too many questions to answer. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely more efficient for sure. And by the way, you've definitely I think you've earned the right to plug in. When you come onto the Party Poker channel for 4 hours, I think you're able to talk about your business. I think that's allowed. I allow it. I'm not Party Poker, but I allow it. No problem.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, it's also just the truth, by the way. Like, you know, that was just like, that's just the answer. That's the reason why it's not just like, it's not just like a shameless plug. Like that's legit the answer. Like we all use charts when we're not playing to, you know, like go over, like when I'm coaching people, like one of the ways I study charts is like when I'm coaching, you know, like I'm coaching someone and they fold like, I don't know, they fold like queen 9 offsuit on the cutoff with like 30 big blinds. And I'm like, well, if you're deeper than that, like it's for sure an open, but like with 30, maybe it's close because you're getting a little short. Like let's check. And we look it up, right? Like it happens all the time.
I think a good thing to note as well for new players here that might like, because I think a natural reaction when people hear that is they're like, oh shoot, I'm like kind of screwed. Like I don't have any charts and like I don't really know what, you know, what it is it's helpful to be more efficient at learning the game, right? But what it is not is an answer to poker. It's not an answer, right? Because you're playing human beings. So what charts are doing is they're using some of these advanced poker calculators where you ask it a question and you're getting an answer. And the chart is outputting a mathematically sound answer where everyone is playing mathematically sound. But when you're playing against old Bill at the casino, right? And old Bill only plays aces and kings. Well, guess what? Your chart isn't the right answer anymore, right? So it's useful as a benchmark of like against all the great players, but then you go from there and you deviate from that based on playing human beings if you know something about the human beings you're playing against. So don't get it twisted that like, oh, that's all I need and you know, and poker solved and I'm not even gonna try. Like, no. This is a tool to get to more complex answers really, really more easily. From my point of view, anyways.
Sure, that's all reasonable.
Thank you, Matty Ice, for the raid, by the way. Matt Staples, drop the raids. It was good to play that 3-way final table, man. It was good fun.
I mean, you're missing something. Why do you have to be missing something with such a nice answer like that? I mean, you caught it. That's pretty good.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's it. There's 2 things. I feel like things come in 3, Jordan. You know what I mean? It just feels empty.
Oh, that was 2 was plenty. I mean, like those are the major reasons for selling, right? So, yeah, that's it.
And to be honest, I'm not putting enough respect on this time zone as a grind because it's enjoyable. There's lots of action and it's good.
Yeah, and there's like, you know, there's a lot of final tables and stuff because the fields are like modest, which is just cool for final table for streaming and stuff as well.
Yeah. And if you have that final table edge, which I'm not saying I do, but I'm saying I will when I study more, it's a good opportunity, man. Okay. No ICM punts. But so much more than that. It works for aggression too.
This guy's got a lot of money on his head, guys. I think we're just gonna go for it. There we go.
And that's no offense to anyone that wrote those books or the information that's in those books. It's just poker's evolved a ton, and what we know about poker's evolved a ton, and digital material keeps up faster because it can be updated and evolve quicker. So, yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the timeline is for like which books were written when, which books were written when, but it's very difficult to, I think, like read a book that's like kind of predates solvers and think that's like gonna be amazing.
Do you ever get that feeling that you want to make something like perfect? Because I'm sure it's the same kind of thing with BBZ. It's like, you know, you can't spend like 30 days on making one video. It's just like people want volume of content. So do you ever worry about that stuff and get caught up in perfect, or do you just roll with it?
I mean, I definitely used to be more focused on perfect. I felt like anyways, like you're the most experienced one here for sure in this conversation when it comes to creating content. But I feel like with more experience, like the desire for like higher quality, not that it can be low quality, obviously, but that desire for perfect for sure diminishes because it's just not realistic. And yeah, like the demands are just different. I think like what's rewarded is just different.
Yeah,
that's not to say that, you know, when you do something at an extraordinarily high level, like it's not valued at all. Oh my goodness, we just busted with this, got set over set there on the bubble.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's super interesting that you think that you kind of went the other way. Like, you've put out this massive amount of volume, you've been doing it for such a long time. Your content has been oriented around, you know, like I said, volume, and like now towards the back half, you're like, I want to have some like really high quality pieces, which I think is cool too, because you want to have like some staples too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic, I guess, word choice, but
yeah.
staples of your career, right? Like some things that you can like kind of hang your hat on and be like really proud of as a piece.
Yeah. Thank you, Drummond. BBZ. Make sure to check him out. You'll see him here on Twitch and around the internet at BBZ Trading, Staking, etc., etc. Thanks so much, man. And we'll see you guys in 5 minutes for the final table.
Cheers. Good luck, Jamie. Bye.